Start.
Hello students, this is video number 30, subject English standard 10. How is your study going on? I hope you are preparing very well and reading every day, right? As I am telling every day. So, in this video I am going to just take poem number 4 called How to Tell Wild Animals. Which poem? How to Tell Wild Animals. I have already explained the poem, but figure of speech of this poem are remaining. So today I am going to explain the figure of speech of this poem called poem number 4, How to Tell Wild Animals. Right? Let's take first number. See first number. Let me read. If he roars at you as you are dying. Let me read again. If he roars at you as you are dying. So see, here just guess. In poem number 3, I have already explained whichever figure of speech will come in this line. So can you guess? Can you recognize on your own? Okay then, let's look. See, roar. I have circled one word. Now can you recognize? Before I tell you, before I write, can you guess on your own? Just think. Can you guess? Okay, let me tell you. The figure of speech is in this line onomatopoeia. I will explain how. Here, onomatopoeia, the figure of speech will be suitable. Why? What is the meaning of onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia, it means in the sentence, any word shows sounds, any word shows sound or echo of sound. Any word shows sound or echo of sound, then we can find onomatopoeia. So here, which word shows sound? Roar. Which word shows sound? Roar, right? Tiger is roaring. So any particular word shows sound or echo of sound, then we can have onomatopoeia figure of speech, right? Understood? Whenever we have sound or echo of sound, then we can come to know that is onomatopoeia, right? Let's see second number. It will do no good to roar with pain. Now see here. No. Whenever you see no, not, never, nothing, such kind of negative marks will be given in the sentence, then we can have litos. What is the meaning or what is the name of the figure of speech? Litos. Whenever in the sentence negative marks are given, such as no, not, never, nothing, right? Neither or any, does not, do not, did not. In short, if you find negative marks in the sentence, we can have litos figure of speech. We can have litos figure of speech, right? Now, this word can you find here in this figure of speech, in this line? Yes, right? Roar, right? So, here we can have litos as well as again onomatopoeia. Again onomatopoeia. Why? Because a sound of word that is there in the word roar. Which word? Roar, right? So, this word shows a sound of something. That's why we can have onomatopoeia plus we can have litos as well because negative marks are given. Let's see third number that we have. Have you understood? First one onomatopoeia because roar word shows sound. Second, we have negative marks, that's why litos. And again we have sound word, that's why onomatopoeia. Let's see third one. Let's see third one. A noble wild beast greets you. A noble wild beast greets you. Here see, I have already explained in the poem number 3 which figure of speech can be suitable. Let me tell you, my dear students, you have to read line twice in the exam. Try to get the meaning of the line. Try to get the meaning of the line and then feel that which word is there according to our definition of figure of speech, and then we can recognize. So here figure of speech will be personification. Why I am going to tell you? Personification. Which figure of speech is suitable? Personification. Why? What is the definition of personification? Personification, it means non-living things or any animals are giving human action. Non-living things or any animals are giving human action. For example, see, in this chapter, how to tell wild animals? Noble wild beast means tiger. Who is that? Tiger. So, tiger greets you. Do you remember when I explained, right? So, tiger greets you. Greets means welcoming you. Greets means welcoming you. So, any tiger can welcome you? Not exactly. So, this is human activity. Human beings can welcome someone. Human beings can welcome someone, not animals, right? Whether it's a domestic animal or wild animals, they cannot welcome you. So here, tiger welcomes you means animal is welcoming to someone. So this is human activity done by tiger. So this is personification. This is personification. Let's have fourth number, and I will talk about in the fourth one which figure of speech will be there. Let's see. Okay, let's see fourth number. Or if sometime when roaming round. Do you remember in poem number 3 I explained any consonant, letter or sound repeated twice or more than twice, then which figure of speech, my dear students? Do you remember? Alliteration. What is that? Alliteration. Now see, some students are speaking the pronunciation alliteration. What they are speaking? Alliteration. But this is not a correct pronunciation. What is the correct pronunciation? Alliteration. What is that? Alliteration. So what is the definition of alliteration? Any consonant sound or letter, any consonant sound or letter repeated twice or more than twice. So in this line, can you tell me which letter, especially consonant, right? Vowel A, E, I, O, U, that you will not see. So which consonant letter is repeated? R, R. Is there any letter that is repeated in the first twice? No. R is repeated twice. So this is alliteration. This is alliteration. Any consonant sound or letter repeated twice or more than twice. Now see, my dear students, why I written this all four here together? Because in all four we will have alliteration. In all four we will have alliteration. That's why I will not explain again and again the definition, but I will tell you which consonant letter is repeated in that particular line. So this is alliteration. R and R repeated twice. Let's see next. He will lap and lap again. Here we will have two figure of speech. Here we will have two figure of speech. He will lap and lap again. First alliteration, as I told you, L and L. Which sound is repeated? L. Here we had R sound. R consonant letter, right? Here we have L sound, lap and lap again. So this is again alliteration plus repetition plus repetition. Why? What is the meaning of repetition? If any word, here later not, if any word repeated twice. In alliteration what? Any consonant later is repeated or more than repeated means twice. But here in repetition, any particular word repeated twice or more than twice. So which word is repeated twice? Left and left. What is that? Left and left. So these two words are repeated and same. That's why we have which figure of speech? Repetition. Any consonant sound or letter is repeated, then alliteration. If any word is repeated twice or more than twice, then repetition. Let's see next. If when you are walking round your yard. If when you are walking round your yard. As I told you in all, only alliteration. So here which? Y, see. Y consonant letter is repeated thrice. Y consonant sound is repeated thrice. So again we have alliteration. Which consonant sound is repeated thrice, not twice, thrice. See, you, your, yard. You, your, yard. So which consonant letter is repeated thrice? Y, right? So this Y is repeated. That's why we have alliteration. Now see next. Be sure it is a beer. See, simple figure of speech. Be sure it is a beer. Simple figure of speech, right? So, this simple line. Again, which sound is repeated? Consonant letter is repeated. B. Which is repeated? B. So, we have B sound. That's why this is alliteration. My dear students, in all four, any particular sound is repeated. That's why alliteration. And here two words are same, that is repeated. That's why we have also repetition. Right? Now let's see next number figure of speech that we have in this poem. Let me just rub it and let me just write. We have come the next number 6 or 7. Doesn't matter number, you just see. Next number is a novice might not blush. A novice might not blush. Again, which consonant letter is repeated? N. So this is alliteration. See, in this poem, so many lines take alliteration. But see, don't take it for granted any figure of speech or any topic of not only English, of any subject. If you feel now this topic is easy, if I will not read, then also I am going to write, and then also I am able to write. No, this is wrong mentality. Do you know? Read and read. Repetition is must. Then only you will remember when you write in the exam. Right? See, N. This consonant letter is repeated. So again N sound. So we have again alliteration. Now, next number. Who hugs you very, very hard? Who hugs you very, very hard? Maybe, I don't know I am correct or not. That's 6 number or whatever. If I am wrong number, just take it for granted. I am not sure. The point came in my mind, that's why I am saying. If correct, then well and good. If number here and there, doesn't matter, right? Who hugs you very, very hard? Now, in this line we have 3 figure of speech. In this line we have 3 figure of speech, right? Let's see first. First, let me tell you same easy. Alliteration. Let me tell you easy. Alliteration. Which? B sound, plus H sound. See, V sound and H sound. So we have sound of V and H. That's why alliteration. See, H sound is repeated twice and V sound is repeated twice. That's why alliteration. First number is alliteration. Second we have repetition. Which word is repeated twice? Very, very. Right? So very word is repeated twice. That's why it is repetition. And third one, first one alliteration is easy. Second one repetition is easy. Third one, my dear students, personification. Which is that? Personification. Why personification? See, who hugs you very, very hard? You know, embracing. So in this poem, which animal writer talks about? Bear. You remember? Bear likes to embrace the people. So, generally possible when we meet each other, if parents or friends, we embrace or we hug each other, right? So this is human activity and given to animal. That shows animal cannot embrace like human being. So this is personification because any activity is given to animal, right? That's why. Let's see next. 9 number. Now how we remember the number? Because if there will be problem, then number doesn't matter, but it's okay. 9 number we have come. 9 number we have come. Let me just take a look. Hannah's come with Mary smiles. Hannah comes with Mary smiles. Right? So, Hannah's comes with Mary smile. Now, Hannah's I told you. Hannah's and crocodile. They both look somewhat same. But how can you recognize Hannah and crocodile? They both look same. How can we recognize? Writer has told. In reality not possible. Writer has told, but in reality not possible that any particular animal like Hannah's can smile like human being. So this is personification. Because here any animal shows human action. That's like personification. Next number we have same like this, that but if they weep, they are crocodile. But if they weep, they are crocodile. Now again personification. I am not writing. Why personification? Again crocodile weeps like a human being. Generally, can we come to know any animal is crying? Some animals are there like dogs, cows. When they cry, we can hear some different sound. But exactly we cannot come to know when they are crying and when they are laughing, right? So, Hannah laughs like human being, that's why personification. And crocodile weeps like human being, exactly not. So that's why personification. In both we have personification. Now, if this line is given, then personification. If this line given, then personification. But sometimes both line in one line. For example, comma will be in between, like that. Hannah's come with Mary smile, comma. But if they weep, they are crocodiles. Both lines given into one line, then we can have metaphor. Which figure of speech? Metaphor and antithesis. antithesis. Why? Metaphor shows comparison and antithesis also shows comparison, right? So here which word shows comparison? Smile and weep. Smile and weep. Both are contrast word. Both are contrast word. So one is smiling, one is weeping, means crying. So these two words, smile and weep, these two words shows contrast between two lines. These two words shows contrast between two lines. That's why this is metaphor and antithesis. Right? Next see 11 numbers. See in this one there are so many lines that shows figure of speech. Right? So let's see next number 11 number that we have a lizard short. Sorry, one minute. This is not first line. 11 number. Let me just check it out again. The true chameleon. The true chameleon. The true chameleon is small. The true chameleon is small. A lizard sort of thing. Here which figure of speech, my dear students? See, a true chameleon is small and the lizard sort of thing. Means they both look somewhat same in a size. They both look same somewhat in size. So here again we have comparison between chameleon and lizard. We have comparison between chameleon and lizard. Let me tell you, my dear students, if comparison, but if so and like were given, then simile. If comparison, so and like given, then simile. But if comparison is given without using this word, then either metaphor or antithesis. Either metaphor or antithesis. They both are synonyms. They both are synonyms. So here we can have metaphor or antithesis. Why I am giving you this? Antithesis. Why I am giving you this? Why I am giving you this? Because we don't know in exam this option given, or if I am giving 3, which option given. So we don't know which option is given in the exam. So don't be confused. You should remember each figure of speech in each line. So whichever option is given, you can easily recognize. Right? Let's see 12 number. Here we have 12 number. That is, let me just look. He hasn't any ears. He hasn't any ears at all, and not a single wing. Let me read. He hasn't any ears at all and not a single wing. See, without reading or without thinking anything, what is given? 2 times not given. So which figure of speech, my dear students? Litos. Which figure of speech? Litos. Because negative marks are given. Is this one now going to explain? And the last one we have, is there nothing on the tree? Is there nothing on the tree? See, lines should be same, so that's why I need to just refer. If I write another line, there will be problem of figure of speech, right? So see, again, which figure of speech? Litos, because nothing is given. Which figure of speech? Litos, because nothing is given. So here ends the figure of speech of poem number 4 called How to Tell Wild Animals, right? So here we have 13 figure of speech in this particular poem, then you need to remember I have given in the worksheet all the lines with example and with the definition that you have to copy down in your notebook. So what is my main sentence? After every video, read, revise, and reading is must. You need to read, you need to revise. Thank you. Prepare.